And then I guess the other kind of highlight of my week was I got into the chat house, to the chatty house, to the Clubhouse. Yeah, man. Shout out to the plug who got me in. So for those who don't know, I have to clear my palate on this one.
All right.
So for those who don't know, the chatty house or Clubhouse, as it's officially known as, is a social networking app that is kind of exclusive right now. It's by invite only or waitlist only, and it's a pretty cool little thing. The concept is audio only, right? So it's like audio chat rooms. And because it's not necessarily open to the public right now, the folks on the app are very interesting characters. There's a lot of celebrities. There's a lot of influencers and social media people that are on here. But the way that it is built is it's a really cool platform for like networking, meeting other people. And these are, for the most part, kind of entertainment industry folks and all kinds of different walks, but like for the most part, entertainment industry folks. So we're talking about like there's A&Rs in here, there's music executives, there's
artists,
like all kinds of shit, all kinds of people, tech startup people, like all kinds of people in here, and everybody just kind of gets to mingle. And what's dope about it is it reminds me of the early days of Twitter. Where there was no verified sign, there was no separation of status or by status, right? And what's cool about this app is basically everybody is everybody. People are here to talk to each other, type shit, and that's really kind of dope. And I fucks with it. It's an interesting place. Definitely has it's a comprehensive app. I'll say that you get your balance of ratchetness and righteousness. I've spent a lot of my like daytime hours just listening in on different like networking rooms, different shit, and then late night on the ratchet shit. And it's amazing. It's amazing. This is one of those things where I could definitely see how people get addicted to it.
So, if you listen to it day and night, that's interesting to me because I feel like I don't know what the equivalent that would be to social media because it's...
You remember Twitter After Dark? Were you ever active on Twitter?
Nah. I mean, I had a Twitter... I think I started my Twitter in like 2007, but I just never used it. Said nigga don't know how to spell. So, I want to set myself up. And
so
I just missed the wave.
Yeah. It's audio.
Yeah.
So back in the day... Yeah, back in the day, Twitter...
Start asking niggas questions they don't want to answer.
Right. Well, the interesting thing, the big difference, I think, between like the early days of Twitter and the chat house is the whole point of the chat house is to network. I feel like Twitter, yes, the purpose is to network, but it has so many other functions to serve as like a blog or,
True.
You know what I'm saying? So many other different things. The chat house, just by design, there's nothing else for you to do but talk and listen. Like you can't comment, you can't add no commentary. Like you're either talking or you're listening, and that's kind of cool to me. Like that's a cool concept conceptually. You're either joining in on the conversation or you're actively listening. What I've discovered is what's dope about this is what happens is what ends up happening is based on these rooms. What ends up being created is these kind of ad hoc, miniature, crowdsourced podcast on any given topic at any given time. And that shit is fucking incredible. What makes it incredible, though, is that these are people that you might want to listen to, that you're interested in having conversations with. Once this shit becomes public, it's just going to be like everything else. Everybody shouldn't be talking. Everybody should not have an opinion. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But what's cool about this app and the exclusivity of it right now is, for the most part, we have reason to believe that anybody you're interacting with on here is networking or building their brand or selling something. And the fact that there's no impetus for anything, like for faking like you're doing something else, makes it pretty cool. I'm fucking with it.
I'm interested to see how all of this, because you just, hooked me up. I'm kind of curious to kind of dive in and see how all of this works out. I'm interested to hear some of these conversations, and I'm probably not going to network with nobody, but,
trash.
I'm just be nosy.
I don't know. You might end up
I might do some talent acquisition. You never know.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I would also say it's a lot of information here. You know, some of the rooms are made by some of the founders of Chat House, and so they just sit and talk about, you know, what their intentions on creating it with.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about this is kind of getting on early, is being able to figure out how to work it, and what to establish when it does become public. So like one of the things I'm thinking about is we'll probably have a weekly room of self-medication, right? A Saturday or Sunday self-medicated room, just like get it off your chest, which you know what I'm saying, type shit. And who knows what that can translate. What's dope about it is it's so new that if you start it now, by the time it rolls out, it becomes a thing that's going to be it's a staple, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because this kind of reminds me of people that got onto the ground level of TikTok. So they might have like 20,000 followers on Instagram, but on TikTok they'll have like 2 million.
Exactly.
So yeah, it'd be nice to get on the ground of something and build a nice fan base and network early to like build those roots within that social media app. Because I feel like specifically with this podcast, we haven't had a chance to do that with anything. So
yeah, and that's one of the things I'm most excited about. Is I feel like this podcast, like, I'm pretty happy with our content, our format, and all of that. I just feel like we need more ears, and I feel like this podcast is gonna be dangerous in the right ears, hearing it right. Like, I don't know, and I think that the Chat House will probably, hopefully, help with that.
Y'all haven't even heard my controversial opinions.
No, mine either. Mine either. I've been holding back. Year 2 though. Shit. We going viral a few times 2021. I promise you that. Any other thoughts about the Chatty House? I would say if anyone listening to this is on there, go follow me, go find me. I'm not gonna tell you anything about how to, just go find me. Oh, also, yeah, this is the medium to do this. So you get to invite someone to the Chatty House.
You gotta work for your invite.
You gotta work for your invite. I just want to put that out there.
No free meals.
No free meals at all. I just want to put that information out there.
Remember, he said his favorite gifts are physical.
Yep. Yep. Honestly, there's gems through all what is this, episode 45? There are gems for folks who want to pay attention.
Don't go over your head, though. Don't go over your head.
Yeah, so there's that. There's the Chatty House. We'll probably, do another review next week when we have a little bit more time under our belts.
True.
I have a feeling that, stories will be coming from Chat House.
Have you had a chance to speak in any of these rooms yet, or are you just mostly kind of listening, filling it out?
Yeah, no, I've been mostly listening. Last night, I started a room for the first time just to see what it was like. Ain't nobody joined that shit. I got to figure out, you know what I'm saying? I got to figure, again, this is what I was talking about, like figuring out the algorithms and figuring out just how it works. Again, which is why now is a good time to like do that and try to figure that out. But I started a room, and mostly I've just been listening.
Okay.